One thing you could say about Donald Trump, though, he has a vivid imagination. He has created a dangerous organization to get the old people excited and fired up, a supervillain called Antifa. And the reason we know Antifa is organized against the government is because their matching signs indicate they are somehow in league with Kinkos.
You're seeing people out there with thousands of signs that all match, pre-bought, pre-put together. They're organized and someone is funding it. We're going to get to the funding of Antifa. We're going to get to the root of Antifa, and we are going to find and charge all of those people who are causing this chaos in Portland and all these other cities across our country.
Yeah, and if we can't find them, we're going to pretend we did. Antifa is just short for anti-fascist. It's not a club you can join. There are no membership dues, but they have matching signs. Okay, well, I guess we better round up these domestic terrorists, too. They look pretty matching to me. Listen, I'm going to tell you this. Spread it around. There's no chaos in Portland. None. There is no chaos in Chicago.
Because when making life or death, war or peace decisions, a president just can't pop off or lash out irrationally. No, we need an adult in the White House.
Jimmy Kimmel just delivered a roast so fierce it could leave scorch marks, and Michelle Obama followed with her own series of knockout truths. Trump never saw either of them coming. Between the savage jokes and the epic comebacks, this meltdown could probably be seen from space. It's like someone finally found a password to Trump's ego. Buckle up, because what comes next is equally shocking, hilarious, and completely unmissable.
The president is very busy prosecuting his enemies. His goon squad today indicted his own former national security advisor, John Bolton. He is just brazenly lying about the economy and grocery prices. But he did have a chat with Vlad Putin today.
I hope you'll forgive me if I'm a little frustrated that some of us are choosing to ignore Donald Trump's gross incompetence while asking Kamala to dazzle us at every turn. I hope that you'll forgive me if I'm a little angry that we are indifferent to his erratic behavior.
If you're enjoying this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon. Anyone who thought Trump could dodge the spotlight was seriously mistaken. Jimmy Kimmel came out firing like a human fireworks. And poor Trump had no idea what kind of chaos was about to rain down. This wasn't your average roasting. This was a full-scale demolition of ego, arrogance, and those questionable hair choices we've all noticed.
Bacteria. You know, sometimes we get so fixated on Trump, we forget there are other disgusting creatures hell-bent on bringing about the end of the world out there.
That being president isn't anything like reality TV. It is not an apprenticeship. And it is not just about fiery speeches or insulting tweets. It's about whether someone can handle the awesome responsibility of leading this country.
One moment Trump was tweeting about election conspiracies, and the next Kimmel landed a verbal uppercut, so sharp it could register on the Richter scale. Somewhere in a parallel universe, Michelle Obama was calmly dropping her own truth bombs. Different battlefields, same nuclear impact.
But our president, Metamucil World Peace, is having a pretty good week, or he was anyway. Yesterday, Trump had what was easily the most presidential day of his life. He was front and center on the world stage signing a ceasefire in the Middle East, and then he got home. He started going through the internet, and he just couldn't help himself. Trump made the cover of Time magazine, which he usually loves. You know, before he was president, he had fake Time magazine covers hanging on the walls of his golf club, for real. But this one, I guess, conjured up some mixed feelings because of the photo.
Let's start with Kimmel. The man didn't even bother easing in. It was like watching someone open Pandora's box and suddenly realize they're supposed to close it. Every jab was razor sharp, slicing straight through steel. You know how Trump loves calling himself the smartest guy in the room? Kimmel walked in quietly and turned that claim into a modern cautionary tale.
You know, folks are going to do everything they can to distort her truth. My husband and I sadly know a little something about this. For years, Donald Trump did everything in his power to try to make people fear us. See, his limited, narrow view of the world made him feel threatened by the existence of two hard-working, highly educated, successful people who happen to be...
Suddenly, all those tremendous deals and very stable genius tweets looked like the scribbles of someone trying to build a sand castle during a tsunami. But the beauty wasn't just in the burns. It was in the timing, precision, and execution, as if every joke was crafted by mathematicians who specialize in public humiliation. Trump tried to stay composed, flashing that practiced confident stare. But by the third punchline, even his reflections seemed to judge him. Somewhere his aides were whispering, maybe we should fact-check that one. Too late. The damage was done. Each remark hit like a slow, unstoppable tidal wave, starting soft and ending with no ground left to stand on. Kimmel's humor wasn't random. It was surgical. Every joke, every image, every tiny detail was a hidden weapon meant to make Trump question not just his decisions, but whether he even remembered what day it was.
It's upset him so much that at 1:36 a.m. he posted, Time magazine wrote a relatively good story about me, but the picture may be the worst of all time. They disappeared my hair and then had something floating on top of my head that looked like a floating crown, but an extremely small one. Really weird. Now, I want to go back to that cover and show you this crown. Okay, that's not a crown. That's the letter M. Only he would see an M on his head and assume it's a crown. If that's not an M, you're on the cover of Time magazine, okay?
Meanwhile, Michelle Obama was calmly dismantling the facade, speaking truths that cut deeper than any punchline. Trump's brain must have been short-circuiting, trying to process why she wasn't laughing, why she wasn't shocked, and why everyone else was applauding. By this point, his public persona was collapsing on a cosmic level. Picture someone defending a 40-foot tower of paper image logic while it's being shredded by scissors they didn't even know existed. Kimmel's jabs were chaotic yet perfectly orchestrated, while Michelle's delivery was elegant and merciless, like a chess grandmaster watching someone move their queen straight into checkmate. The audience ate it up. Trump was trapped in a world where comedy and reality fused in his empire itself. A sure delusion began to crumble, leaving him like a man who tried to build a wall out of whipped cream and wishful thinking.
A candidate is erratic and threatening. If a candidate traffics in prejudice, fears, and lies on the campaign trail, if a candidate thinks that not paying taxes makes you smart, or that it's good business when people lose their homes, if a candidate regularly and flippantly makes cruel and insulting comments about women, about how we look, how we act, well, sadly, that's who that candidate really is. That is the kind of president they will be.
The jokes didn't stop there. Kimmel went beyond the obvious, digging through decades of statements, habits, and gaffes like a comedic archaeologist, uncovering ancient ruins. There was no mercy and no safe ground, just wave after wave of humor that left Trump stunned and horrified. At the same time, Michelle Obama's precision was surgical. Her logic sliced cleanly through the noise, proving that no amount of tweet storms or press briefings could mask the contradictions. Watching Trump respond was like seeing someone try to plug a flood with sticky notes, tragic yet hysterically entertaining. And somewhere in the chaos, something unexpected happened. The audience became almost euphoric, realizing they were witnessing history being rewritten in real time. This wasn't just a roast. By the end, it became clear Trump can't be destroyed with one tweet or one joke, but he could be exposed. Exposed for what he is, for what everyone already suspected, in ways that were funny, scathing, and strangely satisfying.
Finally being honored for wearing that tie down to your knees. Every morning is a game of who am I mad at today? Is it the Cracker Barrel logo? Is it windmills? Is it Bad Bunny? Is it the Nobel Prize? Or is it the turkey vagina slapping around under my feet? I'm not sure we're even allowed to show his neck on TV. Wouldn't it be funny if the FCC fined us for showing his neck on TV? Trump went on, I never like taking pictures from underneath angles, but this is a super bad picture and deserves to be called out. What are they doing and why? It's like he's a TikTok influencer yelling at her boyfriend for not knowing her angles.
He didn't even realize how it happened. He stood there blinking, trying to process the collision of comedy and reality, while the world watched the slow-motion implosion, like the finale of a show nobody asked for but can't stop watching. Trump, still dazed, noticed a room turning against him in ways he couldn't comprehend. He thought he knew chaos, but this was something else, like trying to control a hurricane with a garden hose. The tweets were coming, the press releases being drafted, but Kimmel was already 2 steps ahead. A comedy, grandmaster playing a game Trump didn't even know existed. Meanwhile, Michelle Obama moved like a calm storm of intellect, each sentence landing with the quiet force of a wrecking ball wrapped in grace. Trump's usual armor, confidence, deflection, the I'm always winning attitude began to crack. The words didn't just sting, they chipped away at the foundation of every talking point he'd ever used. And deep down, he knew it.
His mental decline, his history as a convicted felon, a known slumlord, a predator found liable for sexual abuse, all of this, while we pick apart Kamala's answers from interviews that he doesn't even have the courage to do, y'all. Please, do not hand our fates over to the likes of Trump, who knows nothing about us, who has shown deep contempt for us. Because a vote for him is a vote against us.
Still, the applause never stopped. No one let the moment fade. Instead, Kimmel turned up the volume, shifting from witty jabs to visual gags that were devastating in their simplicity. Picture a life-size cardboard cutout of Trump, exaggerated in every detail. Tiny hands, gravity-defying hair, a frozen mid-tweet expression, and the crowd erupted. Trump's frantic reactions were cinematic, a mix of outrage, disbelief, and that signature, "How did this happen?" confusion. Every attempt to regain control only added fuel to the fire. The irony was brutal. In trying to look dignified, he accidentally delivered more punchlines. Michelle Obama, meanwhile, stayed cool and calculated, using logic as her weapon, where Kimmel used humor. Every point she made struck a nerve, reminding everyone that intelligence and grace can still outshine bluster. While Kimmel anticipated every move, Michelle refused to engage at his level, speaking broader truths that left Trump scrambling for footing in a world where his old tricks no longer worked. His trademark confidence, once powerful on campaign stages and TV sets, now seemed hollow, like a magician realizing his props had vanished mid-show. The act went on, but the illusion was gone.
But I did get some exciting news this weekend. According to a new poll from YouGov, which is a serious polling site, or they were before this, I am more popular than the President of the United States. The guy who keeps saying I have no ratings? Well, that makes 2 of us. They polled more than 1,000 people, and I lead Trump by 16 points. I'm at +3, he's at -13.
The brilliance of it all lay in the contrast. Kimmel thrived in chaos, wild, witty, unpredictable, while Michelle Obama embodied calm precision and authority. Together, though separate, they exposed the limits of arrogance. Trump's reactions were priceless, a blend of indignation, panic, and quiet mumbling, like a man trying to remember the lyrics to his own song. The audience couldn't look away. There was laughter, shock, and a strange sense of satisfaction that the universe was finally balancing itself. Then came the escalation. Kimmel dug deeper, referencing past missteps, policy contradictions, and public blunders with poetic subtlety. Every twitch, every grimace, every clumsy gesture became fuel for his fire. At the same time, Michelle Obama elevated her message, weaving moral insight and logic so seamlessly that Trump's interruptions only made her point stronger. Each attempt he made to pivot or correct was met with silence. Calm, polite, and absolute like a cat pawing air, while the dog walks away with the prize.
Night where she said that you're in over your head and the wrong president for the country.
She was over her head, and frankly, she should have made the speech live, which she didn't do. She taped it, and it was not only taped, it was taped a long time ago because she had the wrong deaths. She didn't even mention the vice presidential candidate in the speech. And, you know, she gets these fawning reviews. If you gave a real review, it wouldn't be so fawning. I thought it was a very divisive speech, extremely divisive. And frankly, I wouldn't even be here if it weren't for Barack Obama. See, we're standing in the White House. I wouldn't be in the White House except for Barack Obama because they did a bad job, Biden and Obama.
Everyone watching knew what they were seeing. The audience's laughter came not just from humor, but from the deeper realization that some truths can't be spun or ignored. The room was electric, filled with chaos, laughter, and the raw collision of ego with reality. Kimmel's energy was relentless, Michelle's precision surgical, and Trump's struggle oddly tragic in its inevitability. He reacted purely on instinct, not realizing he was feeding Kimmel's next punchline. Then, just as the room reached peak tension, Michelle Obama delivered a truth so sharp, so elegantly phrased that the audience froze in awe while Trump was caught mid-gesture, realizing too late he'd been outmatched. The mix of humor and intellect created a spectacle that was as devastating as it was hilarious. It's
nice, but it feels like, considering the fact that I'm not a convicted felon friend of Jeffrey Epstein, and I've never paid off a porn star or sent a team of masked goons into a park to pull an old lady away from her grandchildren, I feel like my rating should be higher, maybe, than... At this point, finding a toenail in your salad has a 7-point lead over Donald Trump. And I hope he doesn't see this. I hate to, I don't like to upset him.
And somehow, even as Trump flailed, the story grew beyond him. Kimmel and Michelle Obama operated on different planes. Yet together, they prove a universal truth. No amount of ego, bluster, or theatrics can ever outshine with intelligence and composure. The crowd saw it, the cameras captured it, and Trump was left blinking and muttering, perhaps wondering if this is how history remembers you. As the dust settled, the damage was undeniable. Trump was still standing, yes, but his public image had been thoroughly audited. Every flinch, every failed retort, every desperate move to recover was now immortalized in equal parts humiliation and humor. In the end, wit, skill, and authenticity always win. Kimmel's chaotic comedy and Michelle Obama's calm authority showed that even the loudest, most untouchable figures can be humbled when the right forces collide. And Trump, well, he's left to wander through the wreckage while history watches and laughs.